Good morning, Year 2. Today we're going to be looking at the Frankenstein Teacher for Tuesday's guided reading lesson, and we're going to be reading chapter 4 today. On the opposite edge of the little town from the school, there stood a shiny new shopping mall. In the heart of that shiny new shopping mall, there was a shiny new clothes shop, and in that shiny new clothes shop, something very, very shiny and new was being tried on. You can see just up here there's the Frankenstein teacher who's saying, "Well, what do you think?" And the shop assistant is saying, "Terrific." So, the Frankenstein teacher brought the shiny new suit and loads of other stuff. He had his hair cut in a smart style and his nails trimmed, and he worked hard at his smile. Soon, he felt much, much more sure of himself. Now all he needed was a certain class's approval. The next morning, the classroom filled up as usual. Class 3F sat and waited for their teacher. And waited. And waited. You see this boy saying, "Where is old ugly mug?" And these children are saying, "I think I can hear him now." The children listened. Thud, thud, thud. Somebody was heading steadily towards the classroom. Somebody who still had very heavy feet. The floor shook. The tables and chairs shook. The children shook. Suddenly, the door creaked open and a huge figure stood framed in the light. It was the Frankenstein teacher, grinning for all he was worth. The class gasped and shook even more, only with laughter this time. Hannibal squeaked and fell off his exercise wheel again, but nobody noticed. Class 3F was too busy laughing at the person in front of them. Okay, Class 3F, he growled at last, still smiling. What's the joke? You are, sir, a boy spluttered, and the class howled until the whole school could hear them. The Frankenstein teacher didn't say a word, but the smile slowly faded from his face. There you go, that's the end of chapter 4. So we've got some questions to look at now. Now the first one is a clarifying Connor question, because it asks you, can you think of another word that means the same as shiny? Now, this is from the start of the chapter, where the word shiny is repeated a lot. We've got shiny shopping mall, a shiny shop, and he's trying on something shiny and new. So another word that means the same as shiny. Now the next few questions are all inference questions with inferring Isabel, because they're asking you how our characters feel and why. So first of all, number 2 is, why was the Frankenstein teacher buying new clothes? Now you might have to think about what's happened in previous chapters to get that one. Why was he buying new clothes in the first place? Have a close look at this picture on page 24. Why has the shop assistant got his fingers crossed behind his back? Number 5 says, why do the class laugh at him when he comes into the door? Why do they laugh at him? Number 6, how is the Frankenstein teacher feeling at the end of this chapter? And why is he feeling like that? So you can't just write how he's feeling, you've got to say why as well. And then finally, we've got a bit of predicting to do. Do you think that things are going to get better or worse for the Frankenstein teacher in chapter 5? What is going to happen next? We will find out together tomorrow.